made it outside. Bubba put his boots on the wrong feet. It's actually warmer than I thought it would be out here. It's probably like 50 degrees. That's a tape measure. Come on.
It's a new one?
Gotta put on your boots, Ba.
Oh, forgot. Is this a new tape measure?
No.
Why?
Over here is my treehouse project. Still under construction, more boards and 2x4s that I've collected over the winter. No, but put your hands in your pockets. And also a bunch of random hubcaps that I've collected, which I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do with, but I'll figure something out. Even if I just hang them on the sides of this thing so it looks like a Viking ship, along with that net there, it should be pretty cool. Look, Mimi found a flower. It's an old hydrangea. Mimi found a hydrangea.
I want to measure the door.
You do it. Yeah. Over here is all the scrap wood that I collected over the week. One of my neighbors gave me these awesome fence panels. And somebody else threw out all this stuff, including this door jamb that maybe I can use for the greenhouse if I would get that put together. It's one of the things I want to do today is try and measure out the footprint for where the greenhouse is going to go. So that's why we have the tape measure over here. Looks like somebody is practicing his measuring skills. Oh. One thing that I want to do today is, well, this is what's left of the wood chips that I got last year. And this is like an entire tree's worth of wood chips that some guy dropped off. And I couldn't even use all of them. So this is what's left. And actually, I ordered my dirt, my compost for this year. And it's supposed to come on Friday, this coming Friday. So I need to make room for it. And that means I need to get rid of the rest of these wood chips. And move these rocks somewhere.
Will the garbage truck pick up this?
No, they won't take that. I gotta figure out what to do with those. Well, because it's paint. They don't want to put paint in the landfill. Look, wiggly worms. These are, I ripped them in half. Worms. There's a lot of worms in here. Those look like the good worms too. In this area we get all these invasive Asian worms, which are gigantic and they mess up the soil. I think these guys are normal worms. See the worm?
Oh, is he an earthworm?
Yeah. Worms are good. Maybe we should go throw them in our garden.
Mommy, is he... What are those bad worms called?
They're called like Asian worms.
What do Asian worms do?
They mess up the soil so that it's not good for plants. More worms. This one here looks like one of those terrible Asian worms. It's got that like weird stripe on it. These guys are bad. I mean, I don't know what to do about them. They're all over the place and they just they make the soil all chunky and it's just not good for your plants. It takes a lot of the nutrients out. So you can sort of see it actually right here. This is that nasty Asian worm with that white stripe, and this is like a normal.
Can I see his white stripe?
See?
Where's
You
the,
see it?
where's the white
It's kind of hanging off me now.
Where's the
See?
I don't see a white stripe.
Right there in the middle. It's like a pinkish white band around him.
Hey, Asian worm, throw him out.
Yeah. Throw him over there in the neighbor's yard.
Can I touch
I
one?
don't know what that is. That looks like some kind of larva.
Can I
Huh,
click
and
it?
there's a little
Can I click it,
roly-poly.
honey?
There's a couple little roly-polies down there.
Yep.
Yep.
Bug. Hello, bug. What's that worm doing?
He's burrowing into the soil.
To do what?
Yeah, there's a whole ecosystem down here.
Where do you want him being? That one?
So here's what's left of the wood chips from last year. They're actually broken down a lot. So I think I'm just gonna take this and throw it in my compost pile and get some more wood chips this year if I need them. Can you guys share the ball? Come on, Meme, I got that out for Baba. If you want another ball, I'll get you another ball, but you guys have to share. Can you share? Aw, thank you. Thank you, Meme.
Another ball.
You want another ball?
Yeah. What kind of ball is this?
It's a softball. Here, Meme.
Softball.
Meme wants the volleyball. Now that's Meme's ball now. Okay?
Can I throw this at her?
No.
Why?
It would hurt her.
Mommy, I want to play softball, please.
It's like baseball. It's just a bigger ball.
May I?
You gotta go in the backyard if you want to play. All right? Maybe we can hang up our swing too.
What can I do?
This is the problem with having so many things to do. I don't know what to do first. Now they want to go in the backyard, and I want to go in the backyard too, but I also want to hang up the swing, and I also want to get this mulch taken care of, and I also want to pull the nails out of these boards here before the kids impale their feet on them, and I don't even know where to start. It only took me an entire year to get rid of this mulch pile. Now I'm all ready for a new mulch pile, or dirt pile. This side bed was here when we bought the house, and I guess the people that lived here before had all kinds of unique, ornate plants over here, but they were not vegetables, so I cannot really tell you the first thing about them. There's this weird, like, ornamental grass thing over there, that spiky thing, I don't know what that is. There's like a hydrangea bush in there. But all along here there were peonies, and I never really even seen peonies before. And they're really pretty. Although, unfortunately, mixed in with the peonies, there's all this chokeweed that grows up and just like kills the plants after a few weeks. But as much as I want to rip out all the plants in this bed and just plant more vegetables here, I've decided to leave this area because I do really like the peonies. And hopefully, you know, maybe with repeated mulching, we'll keep some of those nasty weeds down. There's also all this ground cover that they planted over here. I've just sort of left this patch in the middle because I'm just working at it from both ends. There's also a lot of bulbs and daylilies buried in here, which are almost impossible to eradicate.
Hurry.
Can't hold you, Meme. We're working. So I think this place, and plus there's all this wild garlic growing in here I discovered last year. All these little green shaggy things are actually wild garlic. You can smell it when you rake them. So I'll probably leave this here for now. I don't know what to do about this grass stuff. Probably give him some shears and let him go at it, because that keeps him occupied for a while. Or a baseball bat. And then keep my peonies over there. And then as you see, I got all these storm windows down over here. I'm trying to kill off, you know, all the weeds and plants that were formerly growing there so that I can put in some more vegetables over here this year. Thinking about a little corn patch. And then I grew squash and pumpkins over here, and that worked really well last year. They just sort of trailed out across the lawn rather than having to stake them up. So maybe we'll do something along those lines this year. Yeah? You're gonna rake there? Good job. Yeah, very good. Look, I uncovered some peonies. I love how they're red when they first come up out of the ground. Look, I found a little tiny snail. I wonder if he's alive. Look how small he is. He's definitely in there. So I could feel his little sticky, squishy body. See, there he is. There he is. He's coming out now. Hey, look, Buzz. Snail's coming out. Look. See little eyes? All right, so I ended up raking out these beds here where the peonies are. Those look pretty good. And I took the mulch from the front yard and I ended up just dumping it here where these raspberries grow, because it was easier than dragging it over to the compost bins over there. And then all the extra stuff I threw into my compost pile, so they are now very large, and I hope they compost down relatively soon, or I won't have any more space to put yard waste. I'll have to drag it out to the street. Hopefully they'll shrink up and turn into dirt, and then I'll be able to use it at some point. Oh, so over here, this is what I ended up doing with the cold frame. You know, I had these grand plans to build like a real wood frame around it and make it like a permanent thing, but I just didn't have time to do that. As you can see, it's definitely not airtight. But since we're getting down so low temperature-wise this weekend, I thought it couldn't hurt to try and protect the chamomile plants that have started growing over here. So I just kind of piled up all these storm windows around it to try and give them a little bit of protection from the cold, and hopefully it'll help somewhat. Wonder if it's warm in there. Yeah, it feels, oh wow, it's really warm in here compared to the outside. So it's definitely doing something. We'll see how it holds up to 15-degree overnights. Another thing that I'm excited about this year is that I bought some blueberry bushes, and they're not gonna arrive for a few months yet, but I would definitely like to plant the blueberry bushes somewhere along the fence here, like maybe in this area where the garlic is. I got 3 blueberry bushes, so even if we have to remove a little bit of that garlic, I mean, yes? Oh. Even if we have to remove the garlic, or maybe I'll just dig up those ornamental grass things. Maybe I can have my yard work guy help me out with that. And I can put the blueberry bushes there. And that'll be fun for us. Blueberries, and we got some raspberries over there. Hopefully this year the strawberries will start producing. And then I also got some new blackberry plants that somebody on Facebook gave me just yesterday. So I'm excited to plant those this year too. Although we'll probably have to wait another year for blackberries and blueberries because they usually don't produce the first year. Still something to look forward to. So these are the blackberry plants I got yesterday. Somebody on Facebook was giving them away in my garden, one of my garden groups, and I traded them for some habanero plants. So there were actually three canes with roots on them, and they were really long. So I planted the 3 roots, and then the rest of the canes I cut them up, and then I just sorry, the sandwich fell into the bag. And then I just stuck them into the dirt there. So I'm hoping that they will grow more roots, and then we'll have more plants. You want more, Bob? Mm-hmm. Mr. Jellyface. But anyway, I had to bring them inside. Actually, the sun came back out now. That was kind of unexpected. It's getting chilly there for a minute. I had to bring them inside the porch here instead of just planting them in the yard because it's going to be like 15 degrees over the next couple of days, and it's supposed to snow tomorrow. And I didn't want them to just die, and sorry about all the mess in here. Everything we dragged in at the end of the summer. And I haven't decided yet where I'm going to plant them, so that's going to be another thing that I have to figure out before we get them to their final growing place. Look, here's some more kale plants.
Can you do this?
Yes, yes. Everybody is all full of jelly. Eat. We got the little kale plants. How cute they are. You gonna eat them? Yeah. You're gonna pet them? Very nice. I set up this swing for the kids. It's nice to see them playing together. Oops. Are you flying?
Ow, 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 ow. Ow, 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 ow.
Well, the whole point of coming out here today was so that I could measure out a footprint for where I'm going to put the greenhouse, and that didn't happen. Now it's getting chilly and the kids are crying and they want to go inside, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that done, but at least I could sort of think about where I want to put the greenhouse if they don't start crying again anytime soon. So let me put this away. So anyway, I did get the side beds raked out, and I did manage to move that remainder of that mulch out of the front yard so that now I can get my load of compost dumped there next week. And then, so over here, this side of the garden, I think by this wall, is where I'm going to put the greenhouse. And I'm hoping to make it 8 by 10. Now, unfortunately, the wall's curved like this. And so that's going to make it a little bit more complicated, because if I'm going to fit a square greenhouse into there, of course, there's going to be, empty space in between the wall and the sides of the greenhouse. And I'm not sure what to do about that. But anyway, I think that I'll probably have to take down this fence and move and have the greenhouse come out this way a little bit. And then since I'm moving the fence anyway, I can extend the garden out a little bit this way on this side. I'm gonna make like another like sort of small bed like right here along this side of it. So leave the path in the middle and then make another, maybe 2 or 3 foot bed on this side, and that's where I'll plant like maybe squash, cucumbers, stuff that can vine, and then I'll just let it vine up a big fence on this side. That's my plan anyway. But I better go check out what the kids are doing, because they're kind of roaming free in the garage right now. Just came back here to put the last of the toys away. Anyway, hope you enjoyed our afternoon outside on this chilly spring day, and hope you come back and watch us again soon.